I ran the keylogger, and it turns out my model made the exact same mistake it made in the first video where it confused the spacebar for the letter Q. This is actually a really good sign because it seems like it's being consistent. What's up, guys and gals? So everyone knows what a keylogger is nowadays, right? There's countless of YouTube tutorials on how to write keyloggers in C or Python. This video is not going to be about that. The thing about making keyloggers that way is that you need access to the target machine. Whether it's through a USB drive or some other malware, there's just no way around it. But check this out, I bet you didn't know that you could write an external keylogger by just listening to the sound of the keys being typed. And that's not even a new idea, by the way. People have known that keyboards leak sound since like the early 2000s. There's actually this paper that proves that you could tell keys apart just from the sound of the keys hitting the plate underneath. I know, believe me, it sounds insane. Now, for a long time, this research stayed mainly academic, but I was able to find a really cool proof of concept that already does a lot of the heavy lifting for us, like this GitHub repo. So researchers at Potassium Lab published a project called EcoCrypt at a Usenix security conference. They built an image-based classification model that reads keystrokes off of keyboard recordings. And they claim that under controlled conditions for really clean audio, this keylogger has about a 96% accuracy in predicting the keystroke based simply on the key sound. I thought that was pretty interesting, but we're about to test this out ourselves. So basically what I did for this experiment was take their model and fine-tune it enough so that I could use it on a couple of random YouTube videos. So I'm out here in the YouTube realm trying to find the quietest possible recording of someone typing, and I just ended up on the ASMR corner of YouTube.
So, you want some Moto?
And it turns out ASMR stuff is what I needed. So here's the actual video that I used. I just took a 14-second clip of this ASMR video and I split every single keystroke into its own WAV file using Python. I'm using these WAV keystrokes to actually feed the model. So now that I have that, I'm ready to call my actual Python classification script, and this is the result that I got. You can probably notice there's obviously some misinterpretations of the model. The model is confusing the spacebar with the letter Q for some reason, and it also seemed to confuse the letter K with the letter L and the letter E with the number 4. I'm actually not quite sure why this is happening. It might be that my fine-tuning is off, but overall it was around 92% accurate, which is reasonable. It's not that bad, right? I also tested this keylogger on a second video. I went through the same process of extracting the audio from the video and isolating each keystroke into its own file. So after doing this, I ran the keylogger, and it turns out my model made the exact same mistake it made in the first video where it confused the spacebar for the letter Q. This is actually a really good sign because it seems like it's being consistent, at least consistent with the mistakes that it makes. And another interesting thing, if you look closer at this video, you'll see that the person actually made a typo. They meant to spell head, but instead they spelled lead, and the keylogger did a good job in catching this mistake. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that's it, guys. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.